This is a great video about automations, and one of the amazing things about automations is that it allows you to execute key marketing techniques without you having to manually do it. So I think this is one of the most underappreciated features in Wix, which is the automations. So when you go to automations, you'll see that there's a bunch of different automations that are created for you. But what does that actually mean, right? So in order for me to really explain this, so let's click on new automation. Now, Wix gives you some amazing template style type of automations here, and you'll see the most popular, which is send email when product is back in stock. So basically, when a product is back in stock, it'll automatically send an email to the people that either were A, on a wait list, or B, or just in your contact list itself. Send instructions before a session. This is great for consultants or any type of service-based professional to be able to kind of make sure that the client is prepared for the actual meeting. Thanks visitors who submit so it has a bunch of great, just amazing online templates as far as being able to sell more online, engage with clients, retain clients, get paid on time, and manage the business. So there's all these different factors here. So what I'm going to do is click start from scratch. So then that way I can really explain how this is really set up from top to bottom, right? So we're going to name the automation Spider-Man. I have no idea why I named it Spider-Man, but you're just going to deal with it. All right, so the first trigger, which is similar to Zapier if you have experience with Zapier, but the first trigger would just be selecting one of these icons here. So from price quotes, invoices, to restaurant orders, events. So you can basically choose which area you would like to start to be able to have the automation begin, right? So let's say I wanted to email my entire client base once I posted a blog. So I'm going to click on Wix blog. Now it says select a trigger, new blog post publish or blog post new comment. So I'm going to put new blog post publish. Limit frequency to don't limit trigger every time, or once per contact, or once per contact every 24 hours. I'm going to leave it as don't limit because obviously there might be a situation where I do need to limit it, but in this case for blog post emails, I don't see a case. You can add a delay, whether it be based on days and minutes, so then that way you can kind of really create a really amazing, what's called a journey. There's a lot of email campaign journeys and things of that nature, so this really helps with the trigger as far as that's concerned, but I don't need a delay. You could also add a condition if the post URL, post ID equals or does not equal. So you can be able to set these criteria or conditions if you want a certain action to happen, or if you do not want it to happen and it does not equal this particular condition, then it won't happen. So these different criteria are also pretty cool too. And then from there, you'll have the actual action, right? So you can send an email, you can send a chat, create a task, move a workflow, all these different amazing things. But for our example, we're going to click on get an email. So send email to the site owner, no, customer emails, and then from there, we can be able to make sure that these individuals get the message, and then the title and the message here includes details of trigger and email, right? And then you would click activate. So once you type in the emails and you click in the message here, you can click activate, and then that will activate the actual trigger. So let me put here info at wixstudio.com and put testing, right? So as of right now, we have it set up where the initial trigger is a Wix blog. When a new blog is posted, we're not going to limit how many times it does this. It's going to send an email to specific customers, which is right here, message title, testing, and then we're going to include the details of the trigger in the email, just to be as transparent as possible. And you don't have to have it toggled, but I like to be transparent. And then bada bing, bada boom, you are good. So right here we have Spider-Man is active. So once a blog post is published, then you'll get an email. And this is how automations are really set up. So automations do a really great job as far as being able to execute key things automatically without you having to go in manually. So this saves a lot of time, a lot of energy, and it's very professional, and customers love it, and you'll love it even more.